Noah Lolesio is going to Japan, folks, next year, 2026. Brumbies and Wallabies first choice playmaking option at 10. The news is kind of just recently. I was just trying to watch the Reds and Chiefs play some Super Rugby, and then I saw this news. This is really weird timing. Ahead of a Lions tour, a British and Irish Lions tour. The Brumbies boss confirmed that Lolesio is he's taking up an overseas contract offer at the end of the season. So 2026, he is going to be playing his rugby in Japan. This is a bizarre bit of timing because Longy Gleeson, loose forward for the Wallabies, also announced he's heading overseas at the end of his contract. He's going to France. And once that news hit, Joe Schmidt basically just cut him from the Wallabies training squad, saying, he wanted players who were kind of committed to Aussie rugby in the Wallabies. Does this mean Lolesio loses his current spot as the incumbent number 10 for the Wallabies? I mean, I looked at the data for 2024. If you guys saw the depth chart series, Noah Lolesio had 78% of the minutes at 10 under Joe Schmidt. He started the vast majority of the games. If there was ever an endorsement that, your coach is backing you, it was last season for the Wallabies, for Noah Lolesio. Ben Donaldson had 16%, Tom Liner had 5%, and Tane Edmed had a few minutes. Yeah, Lolesio was far and away the most selected number 10 for Joe Schmidt, and yet he's still opted to take a contract overseas. I mean, there's nothing to stop him from still playing against the British and Irish Lions. Joe Schmidt is also leaving. Maybe Noah Lolesio kind of sees the writing on the wall that once Schmidt's gone, that his number is up. Perhaps that's the case. Joe is well within his rights to pick whoever's, eligible, and Noah, while he's still in Australia, even if he's gonna leave, is still eligible. But he is going to head overseas for 2026, potentially also for 2027. Apparently his contract has an offer to extend for a year, so he could come back to Australia and make a play for a Rugby World Cup spot, or he could just, take another year in Japan and earn some money. So it is bizarre. Like I mentioned, it's a bit of a blow for Aussie Rugby because Tom Hooper is also leaving Aussie Rugby. Longy Gleeson, like I mentioned. Len Ikitau has been rumoured. Apparently Tom Wright's contract's coming up soon. So there are a bunch of guys who at this kind of key point in the build-up to the next Rugby World Cup are either leaving or rumoured to be leaving. You can't help but wonder if a bit of this goes back to the Eddie Jones days where Noah kind of got cast aside. Maybe he was still harbouring some ill feelings from that, but that was the Eddie Jones days. Your coaches literally picked you 78% of the time. So he's had the backing of Joe Schmidt, but yeah, I guess he's doing what's right for him. It is just a interesting bit of timing. It is an interesting decision. I would have thought you hold off until after the kind of big games are done this year, but I guess if the contract had to be signed and you needed to get that contract secured, you got to get it done. But yeah, Noah is not a world-class 10 by any means, but he's been solid, and I felt like he was improving with the kind of commitment that Joe gave him. You play that many games back-to-back, you're bound to improve, and the system's bound to get better. So I feel like that was happening. Does this open the door for Ben Donaldson or, youngster Tom Liner to maybe step up? We will kind of have to wait and see, but yeah, it is an interesting call. Some would say the Wallabies are better off without him because, like I said, not everyone backs Noah to kind of be that guy, to be a difference maker at 10, which is so often what you need. But I do find it just particularly perplexing given the faith that has been shown him by the current regime. But anyway, back to watch the Chiefs and the Reds game in miserable weather here in NZ. But you guys let us know your thoughts. Do you think the Aussies are better off with Noah heading off? Do you still pick him for the Lions tour, or do you just kind of take the same attitude they did with Gleeson and just kind of show him the door and back the guys who are staying? You guys let us know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.